Done to me. They've taken away my life.
We begin tonight with the frustration and desperation of a local veteran who is fighting tooth and nail to regain his identity after his bank declared him dead. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8 Shannon Handy is working for you on this story. She has details on how the bank is now responding after our calls.
This whole saga started back in 2019. The man who wants to remain anonymous says Bank of America declared him dead, which had a domino effect. 5 years later, he's still fighting to get his money and his identity back.
If they say you're dead and they send out that information, you're dead, you're cut off. I'm cut off from life.
At 61 years old, this disabled Navy veteran envisioned having a peaceful retirement life. Instead, he says the past 5 years have been a living nightmare, all because of his mistaken death.
I can't get a car, I can't get a loan, I can't open up any other accounts, I can't buy a house, I can't do anything.
In 2019, he was living in Mexico while recovering from cancer surgery when he claims his Bank of America ATM card suddenly stopped working.
And I called B of A and they transferred me to one person who asked me a lot of questions. And then they transferred me to someone else, and the questions became more personal. And I said, what is going on? And she says, we received a phone call that you're deceased, and almost fainted.
He tells me the person on the phone told him his son had called the bank. He doesn't have a son, yet it was reportedly enough to block his accounts.
This is the bank. I mean, who declares people dead without a death certificate?
After a lot of back and forth, he thought the issue had been resolved.
These are 3 of the letters.
In one letter he showed me, dated in January of 2019, Bank of America apologized and assured him the mistake had been corrected. Yet days later, their estate department reached out to his so-called estate requesting a death certificate.
There's approximately 12,000 people inaccurately reported as deceased every year.
David Shammy is the managing partner with Consumer Attorneys PLC. While he did not work on this case, I asked him who's to blame when these things happen. He says sometimes it's human error or revenge when someone reports your death knowing it could ruin your life. Something it's not, identity fraud.
There's no benefit in telling the bank that someone is dead if you're trying to steal their identity. If you're trying to steal their identity, you don't want them dead because then their credit will get shut down.
Shammy says if this happens to you, contact the Social Security Administration as well as an attorney. The man in this story did both and last year reached an agreement with B of A to get his accounts back, which he says contain an estimated $8,000. This has yet to happen. So I reached out to B of A. A spokesperson said in part, we promptly corrected the error and we resolved adverse credit reporting to the 4 credit reporting bureaus as promised. I emailed back asking if they plan to follow up, which they say they will. I'll check back to make sure. Working for you,
I want to be made whole.
I'm Shannon Handy for CBS 8.